All right. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Bad Guy. How you feeling?
I'm good.
Oh, yeah, it's good to hear. As we were talking about, because I want to be able to actually, go into detail with this one. So, remember I was telling you earlier that a lot of the parts of this game are very unsettling. And
before that, when we start the video, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Okay, hold on. So ready? 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. So what were you saying?
Intro music of Elden Ring, and then you click on the button, it goes boom, and gives it that
Sounds like a bell, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, so here's what's weird about this game, right? So it has a very oh man, it's hard to describe. You remember a game called Shadow of the Colossus?
Yeah.
Okay, so though their art styles are very different, I would never try to suggest that their art styles are even close to being the same, right? The feel that the games give you are similar, right? Where you're like this, I can't even really say protagonist, but you're this character. And you're kind of in this world that is sort of like the remnants of something that used to be, right? Now,
yes.
In this one, things are still standing. Like, not everything is dilapidated, so that's good. And it seems like, as far as the story is concerned, like a lot of people are still in power. Like, the power structure doesn't seem to have completely collapsed. And at least what the story is telling you is that there's an open slot for somebody like you to accomplish some task. And the way they're describing it is you can get the great runes, which will give you access to the Elden Ring, which I still don't know what it is, right? Now, I'm assuming that there's a power vacuum where there's maybe no official leader of everything. Like, there's no king, I'm guessing, right? And that's where, I guess your character... Oh, yeah, I'm guessing that's where your character comes in, right? You can possibly fill that vacuum. Now what's weird though is this is the part that gets weird. So number one, my character's not interested in any of that, right? I want the treasure. But let's say that the temptation to be king or queen comes to me as I'm adventuring and I'm starting to see the luxuries of it, right? I will say there are some messes in this world, and this is only recent I discovered that I'm just like, how the heck do I deal with that? And it's that place I was telling you about where, so the world's already unsettling, but it's this one place I found. What a mess. Like, I don't, as king, I don't even know where I would begin to start fixing that place. Like, it's, man, I don't want to use unsettling again, but it's just creepy, man. Like, and then the thing is, I'm wondering what the heck happened. So here's what's funny. So there was this church, right?
Yeah.
And I've been to a few churches, they're little small churches, and I'm used to them kind of being a place where either you'll find a new character to talk to, or you'll find some cool items. It's sort of like a safe haven, right? But then there was this one church, and something was off about it. Well, I mean, obviously something was off, because it had these disease things on it or whatever. I don't even know what those things were. I didn't even want to touch them. That was how nasty it was. Actually, I was expecting to get poisoned by walking in that place. But nothing happened. And I started picking up this rare item. They're like bloody roses or something weird like that. And I knew I would need those because they allow you to craft something that I can't remember, but I was trying to find those. And Yeah, this guy comes up with a cane, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess this is like the creepy person you're supposed to talk to. And man, this dude starts attacking me, and I'm just like, what? So that kind of threw me off because I'm used to the churches being like a safe haven. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm getting to the point in the game where they're kind of taking your expectations and flipping them on their head, huh? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So that was my first introduction to the fact that something's off about this world. Then I started exploring a little further, see some graveyards and stuff like that. Typical, like, undead, like nothing I haven't seen before. Then there's this one place, and it's blocked off by this flaming, like, I don't even want to call it a gate because it's not high enough, but it's like just a wall. You could just jump over it. Like, it's not super high, but it's like this flaming wall. And I jump over there and I'm like, what the heck is this? And everything is just destroyed, bro. Like, it looks like, man, like a giant, like, dead body that's just been rotting, and like the insects got to it, and it's just these weird enemies that just aren't shaped right. Like, bro, I immediately wanted to turn back. But I saw this one enemy and they couldn't see me, and it was this zombie, and I'm a thief, so I was like, oh, well, let's sneak attack it. And that thing didn't die, and I was like, what? But then I saw how much it was worth, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick around for a little bit. So that's me jumping ahead, but yeah,
you got surprised like a gargoyle.
Oh yeah. Here's what's funny is I was expecting to get an ambush, but not like this. That thing's quick. But yeah, they're no match. They're tough though. You know what's funny?
Outside. I don't hear anything else to leave the temple.
Oh. No. I got to see what's in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I say some of the monsters will chase you outside. It's crazy. Like the range of them following you.
See, the thing is, and I know this probably sounds weird. As a thief, I feel like that's a good thing, right? Because a lot of times I'm just trying to bring the fight to a place where I have the advantage, right? And one of the things about the old games is you could kind of do that, but the enemies were so slow that like doing that every time was more of a hassle than it was worth. Because they would sort of just slow stroll over to you. And it would take like anywhere from 10 to like 15 minutes for them to get to you. And it's just like, that's not worth it. Just go attack them. And this one, there's some enemies that do that too still. But they pick and choose. Like, those are the enemies they really don't want you cheesing.
That's hilarious. You thought some more gargoyles. That's smart though. You jumped out and you tried back to jump. You thought some gargoyles gonna sneak attack you.
Oh yeah. Here's the funny thing. So I feel like I understand this level now. I'm like, oh, okay, I know what this is. But it still manages to catch me off guard. Which is where I realized, oh man, they really put their foot in this game. Like,
they pay attention to people that play Dark Souls and Demon Souls and put little tricks and nuances above your head.
Well, it's not. Well, yes. So first of all, yes, that's correct. But not in the cheesy way Dark Souls 2 did. Like, not in the, oh, we're gonna make enemies like do stuff they probably shouldn't to get a reaction from you. And it's just like, wait, what? Nah, why you do that? This is more of a ooh, I forgot about that. Yeah, this is more clever. Like, they actually really thought this through. And it's less about trying to outsmart the player and more about just getting you used to like things being a certain way and then changing it up when you least expect it to. And if you change things up enough, like there's only so many ways a person can adapt. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why every place feels different, I think, is because the way you have to deal with every situation is so different from others. You know, like for example, the gargoyle enemies. Like there's no other enemies that I've seen so far that are like them. But the way, you know, at least as a thief, like I'm sure maybe with another class they're a lot easier to deal with. But as a thief, I specifically have to kind of find an opening with them. Because they can accumulate damage. Like they don't, it's hard to say. So they don't hit obnoxiously hard, right? Like they hit pretty hard, but like not in an unreasonable amount, right? The problem is that bleed buildup, right?
Yeah.
So you have to kind of not take a lot of hits from them at one time. And they stun you as a thief. Like when you get hit, you get stunned. So the last thing you want is to get stunned by more than one of them. So I have to be very careful about. Oh yeah, I was like, excuse me. I was like, dragons already? But yeah, I was like, there's nowhere there's a dragon. So I was like, okay. Yeah, it's just a booby trap. But yeah, dealing with the gargoyles, you know, it's tricky. But here's the funny part. So for the most part, I feel like the gargoyles are pretty easy if you're careful, right? But I actually came back later and tried to fight them straight up when I actually got all these buffs and stuff. And they almost killed me. I was like, y'all are way more dangerous than I thought y'all were. Look, don't get me wrong, I knew they were dangerous, but I had no idea how dangerous. Like, man, if like 3 or 4 of them jump on you at one time, yeah. And they're quick too. Like, see, that's the thing I hate about Deepest Enemy, right? Is when they're by themselves, they like to jump back a lot and do this one little attack where like they're attacking while they're going backward, right? And it messes up your depth perception real bad, right? But it's fine because, you know, like they're not really a threat. Like once they commit to an attack, you can kill them real easy. But when they're in groups though, and they kind of alternate between who's being aggressive and who's attacking you, and you have one weak one. Oh yeah, I was trying to see if
You like
yeah. You could do it in Skyrim, so I wasn't sure. I didn't know how detailed they were, but I guess I should have known because the lights in these places are white, and I'm not sure what that means yet. Still, I thought I was gonna get crushed, but yeah, I'm not sure what that means with the fire in this place being white. I thought that was weird. Like, at least with the torches are concerned. So yeah, I was still trying to figure out.
I think to just point out that you can't light them. Yeah, it's activated by either magic or some kind of nuance.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because Elden Ring's not gonna make it easier to have access to light. No.
I mean, listen, I don't think they're that cruel. Dark Souls 2 is pretty cruel when it comes to like you being able to see. This game, like they give you a lot of resources. So I don't know.
Yeah, they want you to use their resources, that's what I'm saying. They're not just gonna give you like, yeah, it's smart to try to do that, but they're like, nah, you can't light that. You can't light the candles. To have hands free. You need to get that lantern to hook on your waist.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. Now, I had accidentally figured out that you can activate those traps. But the funny thing is I had no idea how dangerous they were. Now imagine if I didn't know that and I tried to run like time running past the fire and stuff. I'd have ran right into a pit of gargoyles. And I'd have been stuck there because, you know what I mean? Like, there's fire. And that's the type of stuff. Now, remember earlier we were talking about that poison pit? That's the nonsense I'm talking about. It's like, you'll do all this effort to, I gotta get past the flames, yeah. And then, hide into that little cubby hole right there, right? And then time it, and then come over here, and next thing you know, you're fighting gargoyles. And it's just like, that's the type of tricks that these types of games like to play on you. And that's why I went back. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not dealing with this nonsense. So yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Like, this is a clear example of the type of nonsense that Miyazaki likes to throw at you. And I'm like, oh, another one. Okay. Yeah, so I guess I'm supposed to grab... what? Another one? And see, here's the funny thing. I only noticed 2 of them. Even though, like, I noticed them, right? I only noticed 2. So, see, that's what I'm telling you about, man. It's tricky. Like, they like to draw your eyes to all these places, and if it's too obvious, you need to be like, okay, what's going on here? And I still missed one. Actually, I missed 2, because the other one I just completely didn't even know about. Like, that one caught me off guard. And I don't remember what I was trying to do. I think I was trying to equip my arrows, maybe?
You're trying to equip the blades, I think.
Oh, the throwing knives. Ah, yes.
Yeah. And to do that, you gotta put it down below with the potions and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Try equipping you.
Yeah, I think
that's one thing, they give you a lot of space to equip a lot of items and stuff.
Oh, yeah. And then you have an extra one, too, which is kind of cool. So you got...
Yeah.
I think you got 6 of these, and then... Well, not 6. You have more than 6. We have about 8, 6 to 8. No, not even 8. I think you have 10. I think... Oh, yeah. So you have 10 of those, and then I think 6 more in your... Yeah, so you have a good amount of slots. So they really... I don't know. I feel like they really do try to give you the tools you need to be successful. Whereas in the other games, they're pretty stingy. It's like they're almost trying to like make you experience pain or something. It's just like, what? You want to try to be smart? Oh no, you can't do that. Nah, we not gonna let you do that. Now you got to deal with this nonsense. And I always found a way. And I think that's probably what annoyed people about me in the old games. See, I was like, oh. There's actually 2 of y'all, huh? But yeah, I think that's what annoyed people in the old game about me is that, listen, if the game had gave me better tools in the older ones, I'd have used them, but they don't. So that's why I would shoot arrows and stuff at enemies, because I was like, that's all I had. Now, you could have gave me cooler stuff, but you don't want me to have it. So it's just like, well, I'm not about to die because like you don't want to give me what I need. Yeah, see, I thought he could hit it, but it don't work that way. Sure. See? Now I'm thinking, okay, now I can go grab the item. Good stuff. Nope. Surprise! I was like, see? And I was like, oh crap! Yeah, that's the little funny thing I wanted to see in the early game is I almost died there. Because I panicked. I was like, I thought I saw all of y'all. Now, imagine if I got fried after doing all that.
You fried him instead, that worked out for you.
That was, when I tell you that was completely by accident. I I promise you, like that was not intentional. Like the other one I tried to fry, but for some reason, like I guess I missed it or something. Oh, okay. So this is when the messages are pretty good. I actually like them, but then like later on, I just started ignoring them. Like I don't even care if I miss items. If I have a feeling that there's nothing over there, I just don't go. I don't care if it's a message there or not. Cause that's how sick of these messages I am.
Yeah, you can turn them off, like turn off the line. Huh?
We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, man. Cause I already know. I was like, yeah. As soon as I start fighting that other one, that one against the wall is gonna jump out and start attacking me too. So we not doing that. So I gotta be. I swear. I'm trying to tell you. I swear, people hate this about me, man. So why you waiting there on that ladder? Worst video I ever seen. And I'm just
but
like,
they did a good job, and like when I'm listening to the sound effects and stuff, they did a really good job. You hear like the foot
oh yeah. The pitter patter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one below you. Where did that one come from?
Oh nah, he fell off the ladder. And once I saw he could climb, I was like, all right. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, this is about to go bad. And I was like, nah, we not doing that. Let's go ahead and jump in. And I was like,
on that lever, yep.
Nope, I'm out of here. Yep, they're still chasing. And I tried to rest at the fire, and it's like, nope. Whee! It's like, oh wow.
Train.
Yeah, I noticed it doesn't seem to get any more rain than that. Like I think you get a slight drizzle. That's all I've seen so far. Yeah, I'm going for broke now. Like I'm just like, you were scrapping because I don't think I have any more healing. So I'm just like, you know what? Oh, see? Yeah, see? That's what I be talking about. They got like these little techniques. She's like, oh, you didn't think I can do that? Mm-hmm. Now imagine if he had caught me off guard. There we go. And then I think I pretty much try to come back to this place later. Because I'm just like, yeah, I'm having a hard time with these regular enemies, so I don't think I'm gonna, I don't think I'm gonna stick around here.
You should say you decided not to go through the doors?
Nah. Because that's, like I said, I measure whether I should fight bosses or not by how well I perform against the regular enemies. And
well, that's smart. There's no point that you have blue flask, so you don't have you have those skills.
Yeah, pretty much. The way I look at it is I need all the help I can get. But this is like pretty much like this is kind of how I approach most of these levels. And that's the thing.
Come on, just come back.
Yeah, I'm trying to I guess right there I'm trying to see if there's a effective way to spoil that ambush. And he's in that corner in such a tight way that it's like, I mean, unless you have something that kind of goes around corners, like, I haven't found it. So not only that, you would have to zip around the corner with whatever it is you're doing, and then you would also have to kill them fast, like in like 1 or 2 hits, in order to spoil that ambush. Because if you have to actually engage that gargoyle, like you're gonna get ambushed. Like there's nothing you can really do to stop the other one from. And that's the thing, it can choose. Like it can choose that whether it wants to jump at you or if it just wants to throw these little knives at you. Like it doesn't have to pick one or the other. And that's why I'm like, oh, if I could just spoil this ambush, I could farm these enemies. But yeah, I think at this point it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I go and investigate and see, whoa, oh, yeah. Yep. It's a boss. I'm just like, nope. I'm not about to get stomped this early. Because really, like, my logic is I don't have any X Factor at this point. Like,
you're not skill.
Yeah, I don't have any X Factor.
Skill not being that you yourself that you have no skill for your character, like a special ability.
Yep. So, time to go find one. Oh, and this is what I was showing you is yeah, this is how I play, like in Skyrim. Is that what?
Right. That's what you should do. Next time I play the game, I'm gonna do that. Mark all the bosses. So you're like, I ain't do this.
Well, I know one thing you're gonna like is there's one where I felt like I had some good skills. So all those places I had marked, I just hopped back and forth to them. And I took out one boss, hopped to the next one, took out the next boss, hopped to the next one, took out the next boss. Like a hitman. Like,
yeah. The thing is, like, you can't mark, like, you won't know where the bosses are when you mark them. So that's why next time when I play, I'm gonna mark it. Because you can't, when the bosses are dead, you don't have to remember where they were. So.
Well, here's the crazy part, right? Is they give you more than one way to mark your map.
Yeah.
So I use the little icons, the little coins, I guess you call them. I use those for places to come back to later. And then there's this little beam that you can put down. I use that one to help me like navigate locally. Cause so for example, right, this is the weird thing about Elden Ring. You'll see a tree in the background, right? And you'll assume, well, yeah, if I just go in this direction, I'll eventually run into that tree. But what ends up happening is you'll go to this one place and all of a sudden this thick fog will just come out of nowhere. And your sense of direction just disappears. Yeah, and it's just like...
Where's the tree?
Yeah, it's weird like that. And then you'll find out that, oh, I'm here at the tree, I just couldn't see it. Like, once I realized that, I was like, okay, that's why it's important to have the maps, because even if you try to use your intuition on where to go, it's never the way you think. Like, for example, I was trying to get back to one of these shrines that I found. And I thought that if, I just go back to the way that I walk, like there's these little jump pads that you can use, right? I thought I could get back there, but it's like, nope. That's a wide canyon between you and that place you just came from. So I was like, wait a minute, how did I get there the first time? And I think I actually came through a cave or something. But I couldn't remember where that cave was. So I was like, oh no. Now luckily there's another way to get up there, but it's not how you would think. And that's kind of what I mean about this game. It's just like, you'll run into a cliff and you'll be wondering, how the heck do I get up there? And if there's no jump pad, that means you gotta go a different direction.
You felt like you're a bully. You left the little zombie guys that ran away from you alone.
Yeah. I thought they were enemies, but I guess not. Yeah. They're not doing nothing, so I'm like, oh well.
Yeah, he's running away from me. What? Yeah, I'll let them run away. I knocked them down. I'm a cold person. I'm a character.
But that's hilarious. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like at this point there's enough tough enemies to go around. Like there's no real reason to be bullying like zombies. Like what's the point? There's plenty of tough stuff to fight. Oh, okay. I was trying to remember what I did here. And this is kind of what I mean, like when I get too far from what I was doing previously, like I don't quite recall what I was trying to do. I think I'm just trying to get kitted out here. You know, just get something like some kind of X factor going for myself. Like, oh, but man, there's this one weapon I found. Oh man, I can't wait to show it to you. Oh, I love that thing. And here's the funny thing too. I didn't even power it up. I didn't even think about it. Like I was just like, man, because you know it's so good. Like I almost didn't realize that like the damage wasn't that great. You know, but I was like, oh wait, this damage is kind of bad, but for as good as this weapon is, that almost doesn't matter. Then I thought to myself, oh wait, I didn't even upgrade this. Woo! When I tell you, I'm ready now. Like once I upgrade that thing, it's on. So yeah, that's the next step for me is I gotta upgrade. But I'm not sure how far ahead I should jump because for the most part we're kind of on a what you see is what you get past. So what I'll do is maybe for the first 3 just kind of get a feel for how I approach these games, because I think the pattern doesn't really change. I'll find an area where I feel like the enemies are challenging. You need to learn them, and they give a pretty decent reward, and I'll stay there for a while. And then once I feel like comfortable to move forward, I'll do that, and then after that, like I don't know, something happens, and then next thing you know, I just end up in the game, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like, well, and I don't know, like I said, it feels like it, but everybody said that, like even you did. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm probably getting that feeling like, yeah, I'm about close to the end, and it's just like, nope, not even close. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, the game is huge. I'm actually now I'm near the end, but it's still huge. So.
Well, I'm not at the point where I don't need to see everything. So I feel like once my character is competent, I'm probably gonna just go for the boss or whatever, and then try to beat the game. Because like I said,
to do that, unlock everything. You still have to unlock that area, still have to get to the boss. That's what I'm saying. So
yeah. But you know that I feel like that's something you kind of do naturally, you know. Like when you explore enough, you'll just find stuff, you know. And the map really helps you. Like, oh, another thing I noticed too is once I found a few of those maps, I started noticing that even if like there's a blind spot there, the location where you can find the map always shows up. So there are these little obelisks on the map, no matter what. And if you can make it to that, it'll reveal like the area. So, for example, I was having a tough time like trying to find my way in that weird place I was telling you about. And I was like, man, if I don't find a map here, like I'm gonna run into something nasty. So, finally found one using that little, beam that you can place down on like the local map. And I was able to actually find it. And it was very close to a very nasty situation. And I was like, see, if I hadn't known any better, I'd have jumped down here and I'd have died because, man, it's nasty down there. Like, I was like, really? This is a thing that can happen to you? I was like, yo, this game's crazy. It almost gave me sort of a realization of just how powerful my character isn't. Oh, and by the way, I guess I'll kind of throw this out here because it'll probably be coming up soon. I found this location where you can get dragon arts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe that'll be my gimmick. Is that my character will have dragon magic. But I don't know.
Yeah, with dragon killing them, you get the hearts.
So I'm guessing to get hearts, you gotta kill dragons, right?
Yep.
Oh, jeez. I mean, hey, listen. I can't be mad because that's the same rule in Skyrim. If you want to use dragon shouts, you gotta get dragon souls. Like, that's just how it works. So can't even be mad at that. And dragons, I would say, I haven't fought one yet, but I already know they're gonna be annoying. But I have enough tools in my arsenal to fight one now. So that'll probably be my next step, is to fight a dragon. So I can get a dragon heart and then start unlocking those dragon skills. But that means now I have to start investing in faith. And my character's faith is pretty low.
Faith and Arcane, both Arcane and Faith are ones that unlock that, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, like, I'm just, like I said, I don't know anything about this game, but I feel like, personally, having dragon arts, I'll be fine. I just need...
They're powerful.
But the thing is, I just need something. Like, I think the thing is, it's just like, from what I've been seeing with a lot of enemies, is the thing that makes them annoying is their stupid gimmicks, right? And getting around the gimmick sometimes is annoying. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. So, I've been fighting invaders in here, not actual players, but like, you know, the red invaders that are NPCs.
Yeah.
And I deduced the fight down to a certain formula where, all right, I'm gonna get you low, and then you're gonna start doing all these weird attacks and rolling and dodging and spacing, and you're gonna be annoying, just like a real player, right? So the main thing is just like, you want them to just go ahead and heal, because anytime you try to stop them from healing, they start going crazy and they can combo you like you can't do them. Oh, I'm stuck here. Boom, half your energy. Boom, half your energy. Oh, you only got a little bit. I'm just gonna chase you around, and you can't drink Estus. And it's just like, okay, fine. What I would love to do is be like, go ahead and drink your Estus. I'm waiting. And then have a nice little big move to do on them while they're drinking and just flatten them. Like, that's what I want. But I don't have that yet. So it's the annoying watching them drink in your face, take their health down, watch them drink again. Then usually they have about 2, and then they're out. And I hate that the fight is being dragged out so long like that. Where, like, I know I could kill them, but for some reason, whenever their health gets low, they start turning into Superman. It's just like, oh, I have all these skills, and I'm gonna keep swinging my weapon again and again and again and again and again. And you have to wait like a whole 5 minutes before they stop swinging, and it's just like, anyway, it's not that bad. It's just, I just need a gimmick. If I can get a gimmick, then I wouldn't be complaining. Because just imagine, like, having dragon breath and just shooting it in their faces, be like, while they're trying to drink Estus. Like, oh, that'd be so rewarding. Same thing for bosses, too. Yeah, I'm trying to crack, there you go, crack those skulls open. So I decided that, okay, I need a little brute force in my kit. So yeah, this is me kind of testing out how that's gonna work. And keep in mind, I'm a thief, so it's okay to have a little grind, you know?
Yeah.
But I eventually evolved the grind though, because one of the things that you also want to do is, I guess, bring out your character's like strength.
I probably want to give you a lot more runes. They give you double the runes.
Oh, so that's what that means.
Like that. Yeah.
Oh.
Double or 5 times. They give you a lot more runes.
There you go. Yes. Now I'm just like, okay, now we're playing with grease. Now we're cooking. Everything's just about having an X factor. Now, obviously, this will work for like something low level like this, but you gotta keep up with the enemies, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta keep increasing that X factor. See, that's one of the things I wasn't sure if the traps reset or not. So that's cool that they don't.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a nice little. Yeah, that's a nice little detail.
Yeah. It makes sense though.
I mean, yeah, but if you've ever played Dark Souls 2, I mean, you did, so I don't need to tell you. You would think that once you deactivate a trap that you wouldn't have to deal with it again. But you played Dark Souls 2, so I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I wasn't 100% sure. And then this, I guess, I decided I wanted to see how effective bows are. And they're actually surprisingly, see, yeah, that's the nonsense I'll be talking about. Look at that. Where he come from? Now I know where he came from, but like, ugh, so annoying. Yeah, this is me panicking. Well, yeah, I'm trying so hard to, just get used to like the controls, because I don't want to be fumbling over the controls when stuff like that happens, because that's what gets you killed.
I also like the fact that, it's like you're doing tool hands, like if you dual hands a weapon that lets you use them, even though you don't have the strength, because it's activating the concept of, using 2 hands instead of 1 hand.
Oh yeah. That's well, I didn't know about it until Dark Souls 3, but that's kind of been one of the staples of this series, of these games. Is that's always been a thing apparently. I didn't know that. It might have even been in, I think it was in Demon Souls too. Yeah, that's always been a thing. But I guess I also wouldn't have known. Oh, see, surprise attack me. Get out of here. Oh, that thing's. Oh, I love it. Cracking skulls, man. But yeah, I think I mostly use Dex characters. So that's probably why I would have never known that. Because I usually go for a rogue type class, if not like an assassin or a thief, like something within that realm, you know.
Yeah, say like dual weapon.
Oof, I didn't realize how rewarding. Yeah, see, almost died.
Almost died. Yeah, nothing dealer.
I'm just like, nope. Nope. We not doing this. And I don't know, I thought having that hammer would be a great equalizer because, you know, there were stone enemies. And it's basically like a pick. I figured it would, I mean, it did give me an advantage, but not as much as I thought it would. Because it's still slow, you know, so it's like, yeah, I can't farm this place. I'm leaving.
Well, if you build your strength up a little bit, you can probably do one hand to get a little more speed.
Well, I end up doing that anyway, but the funny thing is it still doesn't help the way I think it would. So it just allows me to be able to block. I mean, I guess you can still block, but like, you know, block with a shield. So yeah. Yeah, it was good. It's just it wasn't as good as it could have been, so.
I don't know when. I don't have the switch door.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm so oh, never mind. I know. Yeah, I was wondering why I was so scared of those guys with torches. But then I remember I was riding Torrent and two of those really weak dudes with torches, like, I allowed them to get too close to me.
Hey, Brent, you right?
Yeah. Yeah, I found out it had a little kick.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I know what to do now. So if I recall what I was thinking there, the first thing I said is, oh, I want to go fight that one guy with the shield now. I want to see if I can, So I'm excited. I'm just like, yeah. At least I remember being excited.
That light, that's so cool.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting that the devs like decided to go this route because the days and nights just move by so quickly that you only kind of get glimpses of stuff like this. It's always something different. But I would say though that this is probably one of the few games that I've ever seen where high noon looks just as good as like sunrise.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of games take that extra step to make sunrise and dusk and stuff like that really pretty. But this game like has something for every part of the day, it seems like. I can appreciate that.
I mean, you have to pay it. It just helps you immerse the world easier. Like look at the fire in the shadow. You can see the firelight still, even though lights in here, but it's so dark because of the train shadows and stuff. So you have to pay attention to that. But they did.
Oh, this is From Software we're talking about now. Of course they're gonna do that.
Oh, over there, huh?
Of course they're gonna do that. That's their signature. Attention to detail.
But they're doing it in an open world. That's what's crazy.
Well, you know what's interesting though? Is I guess because so many people have gotten into the genre now, you start to get introduced with things that you just wouldn't expect. So like for example, I love the Elder Scrolls games, right? Because they're known for being open world. But like whatever Bethesda decides to do with it, they were at one time the only ones evolving the formula. But I think Assassin's Creed was another game that got involved, which was kind of early. It was Assassin's Creed. There was another game called Gothic.
The one that took it next level of Zelda, when they did the Wind Waker. That's when people were like, what the heck is this?
Oh, yeah.
And that's when the level went up above.
So the more companies got involved in open world, the more it evolved. You know, which is interesting because it seems like only a few companies decided that they wanted to go that route. Because one of the complaints people was having is that they were evolving some stuff, but then taking 2 steps back with others. Oh, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. What? Too slow. That's when I fell in love with it.
See the blood even squirts on plants and it gets on the plants and stuff. Mm-hmm. They had to do that.
Oh, they definitely did.
I'm just point out that they didn't have to because it's pixelated character dying. Yeah, the blood it does. It's crazy. I'll go back and fix the glitches and so I'll go back here again. The wolves. You're ready for them?
I have a feeling that I might be, but I have to test it. You know, because I feel like you're in these games. You're ready for most enemies if you think you are. The only problem is finding out what it's like to fight multiples of them at once. Because it's always different. So for example, with these wolves, I didn't know that they can jump away from you. I thought they were just aggressive, but like when they're in packs though, oh man, they love jumping away. And that's for a lot of animals, is they love their little dodge that they have to draw the fight out longer. So then you can get attacked from different angles, and I'm just like, oh, you. So yeah, that's just me just testing them. And I was like, yeah, if y'all just gonna let me kill y'all, like that can happen too. There we go. It's so dark, man.
I can't turn the lights off. Yeah, I can see you. When you still kill them. They can see you.
Oh no, it's just that the torch wasn't helping. So I got rid of it.
I think I hit with the torch.
I mean, you can, but you gotta anticipate what they're gonna do first, in order for that to work. And they can decide to just wait. So you can do the torch thing, and they can just decide to wait there. And now you're open, so. I don't know, the enemies have a lot of options in this game. So it's like, you can get used to them behaving a certain way, and then they can decide to change their mind.
Yeah.
And so you just have to be ready for it. Which is why being caught in the ambush is so bad, because they can just change their mind about how they want to approach you, and it's like now you're just kind of stuck there. Like, I can't even call it a battle of attrition because they're the only ones who have the attrition working for them. See, that's where I'm like, oh, there's more. I was like, here we go. Yeah, this is about to go bad. I'm just like, all right, let's get ready to get. And I got lucky there, because if they had attacked at the same time, I'd have been screwed. But one of them tried to go up and cut me off. So that's the only reason I didn't die. Up, more, up. Almost died again. That's a Skyrim feature. People laugh at. the twitching bodies.
Mm-hmm. Little bugs.
Now I still haven't figured out what those do yet. I guess I mean I have a lot of crafting books too. Holy crap. I guess I gotta check to see what I can craft now, but man, like crafting books is sort of like my feel like my signature at this point. Like I got like 15 of them maybe. And so I'm kind of wondering, oh man, I was meaning to tell you. So but I think this will spoil the weapon. Okay, so I'll just tell you about the weapon. So there's this weapon, and it has this really cool ability. But I need to craft some stuff in order to really make it shine, and I don't know how. So that's the one thing where it's like, okay, now I'm excited because I'm just like, all right, I have this cool new weapon, but in order for it to be really good,
yeah, another boss. I'm trying another boss.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay. Cool. I'll mark this on the map too. I don't know. I like using my intuition when I play these games. If I'm not feeling it, I'm just like, nah. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I guess I was trying to decide, do I rest? Do I not rest? And I guess because I decided that I'm not gonna fight the boss, I'll just go ahead and yeah. I thought I marked this on the map, but I guess I didn't. Huh. But I mean, eventually I do, so it doesn't matter. Because I remember coming back here, so I eventually mark it, just not now, I guess. And by the way, I know for the audience that might get old, but when you're playing, I promise you, cracking skulls never gets old. Like, I'm still cracking skulls all the way in like the next part of the game I'm playing, and it's still just as fun. Like it just being able to just crank that thing all the way back and just unleash your strongest attack on somebody when they can't see you. I still love it. I'm probably gonna keep doing it.
I think the coolest one. Have you not been found out the worst?
Oh, that's my favorite. Knocking people.
Grabbing the ground.
Yeah, knocking them off the horse. Oh.
Yeah, and then stab them in the ground. You take the sword and stab them in the gut.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, so knock the guy off the horse and go and grab him. You stab him on the ground.
Okay.
It's so satisfying, especially on some bastard that pisses you off. It works on bosses too. You can knock them off the horse.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's so satisfying. And it's one of the coolest animations too.
Well, here's the funny thing too is I'm glad you told me that because I didn't know you can attack enemies on the ground. When they fall, I let them get up, but I didn't know you can just stab them.
Yeah, you attack them on the ground. So you gotta be careful to get attack you on the ground too.
Oh. Okay. See, I haven't seen that part of the game yet. Okay.
Yeah, you're probably careful, but I'm saying, like, yeah, the enemies they once it works in this game, so that's why I really like it.
Yeah, see, that's just so fun.
Like that, if he's on his knees and you surprise him and you knock him down, so you couldn't do nothing about it.
I don't know. This just wasn't possible in the other games, you know. And you know, it's funny too. Not that I was complaining about it. One of the things that I didn't really care for was the fact that when I was playing a thief in other games, there's a certain amount of damage potential you always give up whenever you surprise attack enemies. That they don't if they just like, so for example, the meta in, say for example, Dark Souls 3 is to get the highest damaging stun locking weapon you can get and get the first hit and don't give your opponent a chance to respond. That's the meta, right? However, I like to surprise attack enemies, right? But the problem is once I do that, I give up my potential because it's like, well, if you don't kill them with the first hit, they get to get up and drink Estus.
When you look at the door, you saw that giant, is that why you're like, I'm not going through the door?
Yep.
When you say, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's that guy doing up there?
Yeah. I would have went in there if he wasn't up there, though. But, and to be honest with you, like, I forgot about this area. Like, this is reminding me that I need to come back here, but yeah, I'm all the way in a different part of the world, man. Like,
Yeah.
I actually forgot all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even mark that location because it looked interesting, but it just looked like a bunch of regular enemies, so I never went back there. But I'll come back to see what's over there. Because I do a few other areas that are in this general kind of location. I guess you can call it Limgrave. Yeah, I do most of the forts and all that stuff here. But yeah, that place, that huge place. Oh, and you know that one place I went to where they were shooting a ballista at me when I was on PlayStation. Yeah, I don't know where that's at. I've been meaning to try to find that, and I couldn't find it. Yeah, I've been meaning to go back there, but I feel like at this point, like, that's nowhere near as cool as the stuff I've been seeing, so I'm not nearly as, eager. Like, I'll get back there eventually, but there's so much cooler stuff, though. I thought that was cool, but I was like, oh, man. I ain't seen nothing yet, huh? Oh, yeah, so sad. You can't block that. That's too much for you. I just want to get to the point where when I hit somebody with one of those weapons, like that, their shield just breaks. You're just like, oh, I can't take it. But yeah, I don't want to spoil it. But I have a weapon that doesn't care about shields. Yeah. Now this one kind of does it too, but you have to kick them. Like that's mandatory. The other one you don't have to. It just ignores shields by default. Like don't get me wrong, they can still block it, but it doesn't help them. Like
I know you got never mind. There is a weapon that the shields don't do nothing, it's unblockable. You can go to shields.
I mean, it technically it is blockable, the weapon I'm talking about, but it doesn't matter. Like, there's nothing they can do to stop it. So yeah. So I'm guessing that's cool that they have different flavors of that. Yeah. I can't wait to see it though. But I do think that I try to close out by testing this out on the boss. I don't even know if you can call him a boss, but the I don't know, general here? Whatever you would call him. Yeah, he's not even a mid-boss. He's like a sub-boss?
Nah, he's more than sub-boss.
I don't even know what you would call him. Let's just say the I don't know, the powered enemy. There you go. We'll call him the powered enemy for now. I'll find a good term for it later. Because I'm used to just mid bosses and bosses. But I would say Terraria kind of does it too. Is they kind of blur the line between mini bosses and all that stuff. And this game kind of does a similar thing. So
yeah.
And I think in Terraria,
and there's stuff in here that's target bosses, and you're like, what? It's crazy, man. This game's so weird.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Terraria kind of does the same thing. So in Terraria, they call them strong enemies. That's the new term that they started recently using. Everybody's kind of adopted it, so they just call it a strong enemy. But here's the funny thing: is the only reason, and it's not that I'm against it. It's just that what makes it weird is that there's, like you said, there's strong enemies that are stronger than bosses. So it's like, really, is that a fitting term? I don't know if that's fitting enough. I think we need to come up with something a little better than that. But the community's happy with it. So I'm just like, well, I'm not going to push back. It's not even really that important. But I do think it's interesting, though.
I also like the fact that bosses you fight turn to mini bat monsters.
Well, see, that's also an interesting thing to take into account. Is the fact that something that was an enemy. Yeah, see, that's what I call it, a mini boss. Because the reason I would say that fits is because you kind of fight one of these guys in a tutorial, right?
Yeah.
So he's just an enemy now, but he was a boss. And it's, man, listen, I'm so glad they didn't put that shield guy though. Oh my goodness. That would have been cruel. Putting that shield guy as the tutorial boss, oh man. That'd have been messed up. Yeah, see that never.
But when the ones later on with the high skills that can add elemental spells on their weapon and stuff.
Hey, no spoilers. No, I pretty much figured that though. That's not a spoiler.
Yeah, same character. Yeah.
Because there was this one that hit me and my meter started building up. Like this, I don't know what that stuff is, but it looks nasty. And I was like, yep, obviously. This is the evolved version of these knights and stuff. And here's the funny thing too, is I was thinking that some of these enemies were gonna be repeats. And they kinda are, but like not in the way I was expecting. Like there's some.
It's cool, some of them are different clans, and then their different armor, they're different. But yeah.
But they fight different too. I wasn't expecting that. Like, yeah, that surprised me. So yeah, I was kind of shocked. Like, not only do they have elements and stuff that they can use, but they kind of fight different too. That part I didn't expect.
You know, like other stuff to kind of come up. This game is full of a lot of stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna spoil you, but there's stuff in there. You're like, what? They have that in here too? Characters like that, yeah. That's why I think you're gonna enjoy being a thief. So.
Oh look, he's going to investigate where he saw me at.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's just like, I don't see nothing. You better. He's like, you better run.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I'm like, all right, here we go. Here's my big chance. And I'm like, can't do it. Because there's enemies. So I'm just like, all right, I got to get his attention. There we go. So now I got him all by myself. Or all by himself. And I'm just like, okay, let's go. Let's test this bad boy out. Nice open field. Or not. What am I trying to do here? I don't remember. Oh, okay.
You trying to how far he can follow you?
Nah, I think I'm just trying to get awkward terrain so then, like, his weapon can bounce off of it if he misses me. But I notice it doesn't, though. He can go through walls. That's annoying. Just like you bastard. Ugh. I'm just like, man. Alright. But I finally figure out, like, how you deal with him. Is you actually have to move forward. Running away is bad. Going towards him is, like, the secret. So I actually broke his shield open, but I didn't take advantage. There we go. Yeah, see, I went crazy. I was like, ah, yeah, yeah. He can't block that. I mean, he was blocking, but it didn't make a difference. See, and that's when I figured it out. I'm just like, yeah, I got your number now. There it is. Damn. Yeah. Got him figured out now. No longer a threat. Yeah, and I think I'm pretty satisfied at this point. So I'm like, all right, now let's go. I guess I was gonna say mull, but like, I don't know, just kind of meditate on everything that I've learned. That's what I use the those little resting places for now. It's just to sit down and kind of like process everything I just learned, and then keep it in my memory bank. But it's a lot of enemies, so trying to remember. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, who's this? Oh, you want some too? Huh? You want some too? Oh, yeah. I don't think I was expecting a one shot him.
Like, what's up? Isn't that crazy? All of that's that little space at 2 inches of on the map.
I mean,
that's crazy, right?
Here's the thing. So, first of all, yes, to answer your question, but also, I play modded Skyrim, so
yeah.
It's like, here's what's interesting, I would say about Elden Ring and Skyrim, is Skyrim has a lot of secret places you can miss, right? But it's very, and like I said, I'm not trying to say this is a bad thing, they're just different games. Skyrim is very hand-holding, so if you find a secret, it'll mark it on your map for you if you get close enough to it. So you can be like, oh, I didn't know this was here. And you can come back to it later. In here, though, like, if you miss something, you just miss it. Like, they don't tell you. And it's a different experience, right? But the only reason why it's interesting because, so in modded Skyrim, right, there's this mod that all it does is mimic the games closer to like Morrowind, which this game, and I know it's a weird comparison to make because it's such a graphically out-of-date game, but the principles in this game are the ones that Morrowind used to have, where there's secrets that like you may or may not find. And there's a lot of stuff you can find. and the enemies like are very unforgiving and they have gimmicks, and you need to figure it out or you die. Like those two games are very similar. Whereas Skyrim, you have to mod it to make it feel like that. Make sense?
Yeah.
But all they're doing is just borrowing the philosophies of the older games. They're not like the player base isn't injecting anything that Bethesda hasn't already done into the game. They're just, it's almost sort of like well, wait a minute. Why didn't you do that with this game? And that's what a lot of the mods kind of do, if that makes any sense. So this is what this feels like, is exploring feels like it did in Morrowind. But yes, I've been exposed to this before, so even though, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to suggest it's not cool, because it is very cool. It's just that it's an experience that I've had before, you know. But it is a lot more enjoyable, I'll say that, because your character is much more capable. Yeah, and in Morrowind, if you ran into some tough enemies, if you didn't have a gimmick to get yourself out of that situation, you were screwed. Because talk about, like, I know people complain about their Dark Souls 2 character being weak, but oh man, the way they start you off in Morrowind is you have a pair of like prisoner's clothes and your fists. That's it. Good luck. Now, the trade-off of that is because the game is so chaotic, you might leave town and a big powerful enemy might get murdered by like, I don't know, some random event, and you can just grab his gear and there you go. You can start playing. So, there is like a trade-off. It's a very chaotic game. Whereas this is a bit more controlled. They want you to earn the stuff that you get in here. It's very rare that you can get away with gimmicks, with like chaos gimmicks. Because I noticed like enemies can attack each other in this game, so you can get away with it here and there. But their drop system's a lot different. Like, just because the enemy has a weapon or armor that they can drop doesn't mean they will. So that one chaotic event where like some powerful enemy died, you can get his stuff, but you know, it's random. So
yeah.
And you might not even necessarily be able to use it if you get it. So,
yeah, that's true too.
Goodbye.
So yeah, you in this game you kind of have to earn your keep. They don't give you anything for free here. You gotta earn it.
Example, boost by equipping gloves.
Just, you know, those little things here and there. Because I think there's one enemy almost one-shot me. And I think the only reason I survived it is because I was wearing armor. And that was kind of the plan with this character, is I was mostly going to go with the leather armor because it allows you to carry more stuff. But in situations where being a thief wasn't necessarily going to help me, I wanted to have the option to just kind of throw on, like, you know, some armor and go to war. You know what I mean? Had me like some backup armor. I don't remember exact. Oh, okay. I think I'm getting my my affairs in order. Because I think in at least in this game, throwing knives aren't nearly as necessary. So I think the idea is I want to equip them to my quick slot. Because it didn't really make sense to have them equipped on the hotbar, like the amount of times I've needed them has been very small. So it's like, it's better to just have something else there. Which is funny because I put a bunch of stuff there just to fill it out, and I'm just like, oh well, yeah, I mean, I'll put something there, and then Before you know it, it's just I end up replacing it almost immediately. Just like, oh, what's this now? Yeah, you weren't expecting that, huh? Me either. I was like, wait, what? What's going on?
Greetings.
I didn't know you can get a cutscene just by relaxing at the.
I am Melina.
Yeah. At the little sites of Greece. Those cloth physics are kind of crazy. I gotta admit.
Yeah.
I offer you an accord.
Now, I got a question. I guess I'll ask you since it's not going to be a spoiler anymore.
Have you heard of
when you said that you can do this wrong, what did you mean?
They serve the two fingers.
Oh, like, if you don't come to the church for a certain time, she won't show up. She don't get divorced.
But you,
That's what happened to Nick.
I am afraid.
Ah. Interesting.
But yeah, he definitely made another game. But yeah, the game is like you can do whatever you want to do, but
To aid you.
you don't do certain things, you don't have access to stuff.
I mean, it would have been interesting going through it without a horse. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'd have been just fine. But I will say that it got me out of some jams, though.
Summon me by
Like,
grace.
I kind of feel like the horse is overpowered, if I'm being honest. Like, which I'm not complaining about, because like I said,
Ah,
having a
another
gimmick
matter.
really like sets you apart when it comes to fighting enemies, like having an option to do something different.
Use
The only
it
problem though
to
is
traverse great distances.
you can't rely on them all
Or
the time.
summon a spectral steed.
So at some point,
Torrent.
it can't be a crutch. It has to just be a feature, you know? So yeah, that's why I said the horse, not having the horse would make me start a new game. Like that's, you know, like I said, I'm not judging anybody, but I feel like that's a stupid reason to do a new game, you know? And there you go. And this is when I learned, oh, well, I filled all those slots up. Now they about to get replaced. Just when I thought I was see, and they show you. Just when I thought I understood the game, they're just like, no, there's more. And see, this is when they recommended me equipping my spirit ashes to the quick slot. And I remember that. That's how I was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm guessing like there's some sort of spirits that you can summon. So I was like, cool. I'll keep it open for that. And there we go. Which is funny because there's a horse just like this in Skyrim. He's called Arvat. But he's an undead horse though. He's not a magic horse like this one.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you would call this a magic horse. I forgot what they call these in those Japanese cartoons. But yeah, he jumps around like just like those. And I guess I should have known. I should have known that he had a double jump, but it didn't occur to me at the time. Like I was like, well, nope, still not high enough. I was like, well, I mean, it's still cool.
You still had a double jump? Dang.
I don't know, like, I know I should have known because of how weird he looks, but, like, I don't know. It just didn't occur to me at the time. Like, I'll just think...
You're still pushing a button. You're not double pushing it. You're just pushing it one time. If you just push it accidentally one more time, you just saw yourself double jump.
I mean, I eventually learned. Because I'm thinking to myself... Because, see, I guess what helps is those... This is when the white signs are helpful. Is I'm thinking to myself, all right, y'all got up here somehow. How did y'all do that? Right? So I'm just like, okay,
yeah.
The horse can definitely get up there, but how though? And I'm thinking like maybe I gotta unlock a skill or something. I was like, that'd be interesting if the horse has like a skill you have to unlock. I'm not mad at it. I'm like, okay, no problem.
I can see this.
There it is.
There it is. See that? Right there.
Because I was like, how'd you get up here? I know I can do it. But there you go. Now, that's when I figured it out. So now I'm just like, okay, let's see how high I can get up here.
Airport. Get it up on the air.
Very cool.
Okay.
I'm trying to get him to face that pillar, but he won't do it. So I'm like, oh, well, whatever. And there you have it.
Okay, so is that the next one then?
Well, hold on. I want to sort of reflect. I want to reflect a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So what'd you think?
Pretty good. Good outline of understanding like what the game has to offer.
Okay.
It's interesting because you stand around the same places I explored, but I actually went down into the water area, which I think you're thinking about going down there, but you turned around.
I mean, I used my gut, right? Like, see, that's kind of one of the advantages of liking these types of games is you see the same sort of, I can't say formula, but it's like there's a certain rhyme and reason to them, right? And you start to pick up on clues of places you should and shouldn't go. Like I said, which is kind of unfair, but at the same time, it's rewarding for a person like me who plays these games because that previous experience influences how you approach the other games that are similar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I personally enjoy it. I enjoy that. I think that's kind of like one of the things that makes these games
So
great.
also everything that you're leveling yourself up, you're just using your soul runes to buy equipment and stuff.
Wait, quick question. Can you level yourself up if you don't talk to that girl?
Yeah, you go to their sites that use runes to level up. Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Wait a minute. I don't know. It might have been. You might have to talk to the girl first, and then she gives you access to it.
Yeah, because what I was thinking is that's why the guy.
No, you're correct. Actually, you're correct. That's why you're not able to level up. Yeah, talk to her a couple of times, and then she allows you to up level up. Okay.
Yeah, because I think that's what the guy was talking about that you meet in the beginning with the weird mask on. That's why he doesn't think that you're gonna do very well is because I guess without having a mating, like you can't power yourself up. Like you're stuck. So that's kind of the lore that I was picking up on is what makes you powerful as having a mating is they give you the ability to use the runes that you get to power yourself up. But if you don't have one, like however you show up, that's your strength and that's it. And then of course the other thing is the round table hold is once you get a certain amount of runes, it allows you access to that place, which is its own set of rewards, right? And I can imagine like not having the ability to level up and not being able to go to the round table and then trying to fight the enemies in that world, like you're screwed. Like
I can't get to the round table. I went to it before. I don't think you're supposed to go there, but allow me to go there.
I mean, I like it. I haven't.
You went to the round table?
Yeah, I haven't done much. I just talked to some people there, but there's some stuff there that you can pick up.
There's open You do one thing, you can open the menu, you go all the way down, you saw it. What's this place? And you went there. That's how I found it. My map.
No, I got invited. The girl told me she was testing me, and she apologized. She said, "I'm sorry, but I was testing you," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And she was basically saying, "I think you're ready. Did you want to go to this one place where you can be like, I don't know if she said around other people like you, or a place that'll help you with your adventure or something to that extent." And I told her, yeah, and she teleported me there. So, yeah. But interesting that that's not the only way you can get there. But she told me that that's the only way you can get there, though. Because it's not on the map. That's what she said. Or the old guy. I don't remember who told me. But somebody basically said that it's not on the map, so you can't get there by normal means. And it felt like it was true because when I saw the map, it's all the way in the bottom left-hand corner somewhere. Like,
yeah, that's why I found it. I was checking the whole map, like all the map. Like, even though you can't see nothing, I was like, what's this thing here? And I clicked on it.
Oh, it never occurred to me to do that. See, we're already talking about the stuff that's cool about Bethesda games. Is that's what they're known for, is when people have conversations about the game, they find out that they figured out stuff differently. And that's kind of like one of the rewarding things about it. You know, that's why I tell people with these games, don't spoil yourself, because you're really missing out on having your own unique experience, you know?